Two teams on opposite ends of the Sunshine State. The Jags and Dolphins are underway. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Well, there you go, Charles. His first NFL pass, and it goes for a completion.
And you know that they thought about this before even calling the play, right? Let's get him his first completion. Let's get it out of the way, because we expect bigger things from him going forward, but take care of the small stuff first. That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
Okay, break. Easy. Read a 24. Read a 54. Big 13 heavy.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away.
11, Agate.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
13,
Lawrence going to move him around a bit.
Silver.
They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Hey, go, go. Go, go.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. That went out wide and intercepted. Picked out by Jordan Poyer. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Ready? 60 Bobcats. Check out.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here we go, set.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Jaguars are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Think right. Lisa 24.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
11 Agate. Think right, open.
Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
Foyesade Oluwakin made the tackle there from his safety position. 2nd and 9.
18 Rattler. Here we go.
Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
60 Maverick.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
How about the show put on by these two defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch, and that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
All right, let's go.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
On the jump. Hey, Lion.
Play action. It's Lawrence. That's to one of the new Charger wideouts, DJ Chark. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
All right, here we go. Done.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And he'll get it down here to the 43. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's just going to be short here, barely,
let's go.
Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Easy.
Lawrence will throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. So they get the conversion on 4th, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10. He's got Thomas yet again complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Hey, Ron. Silver.
Now Lawrence. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. And the Jags are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
Hey, go, Silver.
Etienne will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Miami. 41 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
Throw caught by Achane.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
A nice throw right there. And these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you.
And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team.
Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jonnu Smith, 60 yards.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not a great decision to bring it out there as he's tackled just beyond the 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now Lawrence to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on third down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys. A great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that first down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
All right, let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory, down at the 31.
Hey, lie.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. Thomas has got it, complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Brian Thomas.
31 yards.
And the Jaguars go up by 2 touchdowns.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
They're going to look to throw.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On play action, they'll throw. Short throw to Smith, and he goes out right around the 39. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
70 Ranger. Here we go, set.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, They run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Back to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2002?
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Now with that, they could elect to take the ball at the 1 if they wanted.
Yeah, exactly right. They have options here. If they decide now to go for 2 after the penalty, the ball doesn't go to the 2-yard line as normal. They get the penalty, so that's half the distance. You put it at the 1. But if they decided they wanted to kick, they would just move the ball from the 15 to the 10, and they would kick it there.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some room to roam now. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Travis Etienne, touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mustang 19.
They'll throw now on the final play.
And this one nearly intercepted. That one might need to go back to the drawing board. Almost a disaster. It winds up just an incomplete pass, though.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, That'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Go.
Now Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Jaguars first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Heavy. Hey, go.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Hey, easy. Route.
From midfield now, Lawrence. That is caught. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Here's Lawrence. This ball caught by Strange.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
There on the tackle, Cam Smith.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Hey, Lion.
In motion left is Thomas.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Red on red. Here we go.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Rolling to his right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Trevor Lawrence.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Jaguars are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Set. Ready, ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Let's go. Curve 19, curve 19. Trap 60, trap 60. Go.
He'll drop to throw. And this one complete to Smith. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Ready up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Set up.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
Ready, ready.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Got a man. It's Waddle, complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 23.
The rookie from Texas looking sharp on that throw. He gets his guys a first down.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
19 Lion. Ready.
They'll drop to throw.
Throw left side. There's Schwartz with it.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Achane is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Set.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. From 3 yards out.
And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Gurley now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
108 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Hey, run!
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second and 3. Now Lawrence.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. This offense so far on third down, they've hit 4 of 7. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Running out of the gun with ETN.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Ready.
Doug Peterson going to roll the dice here. They will go for it on fourth down.
Route.
They're going on fourth down. Lawrence.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick six.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes? Oh, yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
11. Hey. Silver.
Lawrence will throw.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Brenton Strange from 8 yards out. And the Jags are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Hey, let's go. Silver.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one, because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And going deep for Hill.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, Lion. Hey, I'm gun. Here we go, son.
Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Rip, 23. 30 left. Here we go, son.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And he comes back with one complete.
And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Take right, open.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
Brian Thomas.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Jaguars have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th.
Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Got it. Ready?
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level. Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And he's going to have the hook up to Schwartz.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll look to throw again. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Hines-Allen gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Dolphins first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Come on, set. 19 tight, 19 tight. Hut, hut.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Jags are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38.
Sink right.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Great job. Hey, run. Sink right. 11.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Tucker now to add the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
You're not going to want that feeling again.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Escaping the pressure right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Here we go.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's caught inside the 25. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Another throw